They don't want that free booze. Yo, welcome to Free Bulls Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited content. We are bike. Boxing world. Things are getting a little spicy. The young boxing sensation, the young superstar Ryan Garcia. He's young, he's fast, 22 years old, 21-0, 18 knockouts. Globally recognized as one of the next faces of boxing. There's been talks, and actually Ryan Garcia himself has confirmed a fight with the legend, the one and only Manny Pacquiao. We know what Manny Pacquiao brings to the table. He's definitely a legend and has totally transformed the boxing industry into what it is today, along with the Floyd Mayweathers and a couple others. Here we are in late January. Ryan Garcia just came off of beating the tough Luke Campbell Saturday, January 2nd. Obviously, Ryan Garcia eventually stopped Luke Campbell. I think it was about the 7th round after getting dropped earlier in the fight. So he won the WBC interim belt, meaning he is Devin Haney's mandatory challenge. As stated before, even now that we are in early 2021, the lightweight division is on fire with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is setting himself apart, being one of those only four who don't have a belt but have a bigger following. And right after he beat Luke Campbell, he was constantly in the media and still in the media demanding a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And virtually Gervonta has agreed to fight Garcia as well. We're seeing Ryan go on Mike Tyson's podcast and FaceTiming Gervonta Tank Davis and, talking a lot of trash, just, doing the promo, building up the fight. It's obviously going to get everyone's attention, going to these different platforms, talking on Instagram Live, talking about he's going to knock out Gervonta Tank Davis in 2 rounds. The thing that people fail to realize is Devin Haney is totally being forgotten about. Those are the type of fighters I think about and how hard they work. The Devin Haney's, the Errol Spence Jr. Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight Errol Spence Jr. so we can see who's going to be the undisputed at the welterweight division. Not forgetting Terrence Crawford on the other side across the street. There's still fights, real fights in the boxing game that need to be made first before the money fights. But I guess it's up to the promoters and it's up to the fighters if they want to test their legacy out. We have to admit the boxing game has been tainted. Most of the fans would rather see Manny Pacquiao fight a young 22-year-old kid in an exhibition compared to unifying with Errol Spence Jr., putting all 3 belts on the line. As I stated earlier on, Ryan Garcia is Devin Haney's WBC mandatory, and it's clear that he doesn't want belts. He used Gervonta Tank Davis' name to get Manny Pacquiao's attention, and then he stated later in the Instagram lives that, I'm going to get this payday. I'm going to fight Manny Pacquiao, get this payday, and then I want Gervonta Tank Davis after that. But then after that, there's some breaking news. ESPN just recently put out an article stating that the Golden Boy Promotions, the executive says that, the Manny Pacquiao fight for Ryan Garcia is just a dream for now, and stating that basically there's nothing to talk about there. So for now, the exhibition has been called off, but Ryan Garcia has stated in one of the Instagram lives that Manny Pacquiao had reached out first to Ryan Garcia. They most likely seen how lucrative the fight can be, how massive, it could generate a lot of money. They both have a lot of followers on Instagram. Ryan Garcia has 8 million and Manny Pacquiao has 6 million. And not only that, but everything that's transpired the past couple years. Ryan Garcia knocking out Luke Campbell, becoming the WBC mandatory. Manny Pacquiao defeating Keith Thurman in a split decision and capturing the WBA title at welterweight. That was just nearly a year and a half ago. And that put the boxing world on notice that Manny Pacquiao is still saying that he's still at his best and he can fight anybody. Now, I'm not saying that a fight between Manny Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia wouldn't be something I would want to watch. It's definitely, on paper, it looks like the most interesting fight. It's attention grabbing. I mean, marketing wise, it's genius. But there's still core boxing fans and the boxing world that really want to see real fights and real belts on the line, and also do not want to see the real fighters such as Devin Haney and Errol Spence Jr. just totally being negated, not fighting for the money, but really want to capture belts and want to be pound for pound recognized as one of the best boxers on the planet. There were a couple fights the last decade that pretty much broke records and just transformed the sport of boxing, along with a couple exhibition fights. Like the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight generated about $1 billion. The same with the Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight that generated just about the same. Those two fights changed boxing. And along with these exhibitions that have been happening, Floyd fought a kickboxer in Japan. And then the couple exhibitions last year with the Paul brother and Nate Robinson, and then also Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. Like, we have the world and we have celebrities fighting each other, and they're calling it real boxing, and it's forgetting about the real boxers who've been putting in work their whole lives. And it's part of the reason why one of the number one fighters on the planet, Canelo Alvarez, doesn't want the trilogy between him and Triple G. Canelo's pretty much like, yo, I'm still young. I want to, fight real fight. I want to see what's up with the real fighters at middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight. All that will come later. The money fights will come later. Right now, I want to go down as a legend. If Ryan Garcia is Canelo's little brother and he wants to model his career off that and be the face of boxing, one of the faces of boxing, he needs to fight the legacy defining fights. Not saying him fighting Manny Pacquiao is derailing him from that, but he has to acknowledge the Devin Haney's and the Teofimo Lopez. I mean, I did hear that he is interested in the fight with Teofimo Lopez. He has the most belts at the lightweight division, so only time will tell. Don't forget to put in the comments section your thoughts on the fight between Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. Yo, thanks for watching. This is Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. Until next time, peace and love.